started, it did seem like the effort was certainly still there. Just your thoughts on how the team came out and the way they kind of just established the game early.
Yeah, well, I think, one, I want to congratulate our seniors on finishing at home regular season with a win. And I want to congratulate our coaches and our players and our team for beating an Air Force team that has been a really good opponent for us and has played us extremely hard. And I thought we played well tonight. I thought the focus with the distractions, that was never in the works for us. Whatever Fresno, Wyoming, that game, it didn't matter. It had nothing to do with what we were trying to accomplish. And the game happened. I think most of our guys avoided the noise. A few of them took the cheese a little bit. But I think overall, the guys that went out there and played, it was really about us finishing. And so there was more to it than that. Certainly proud of our guys and what they're able to accomplish in the division, but we still have a season to finish. And that's really, the message is we've had this season. We knew who we were playing, and we want to finish, and they did tonight against Air Force. We're going to enjoy that. We'll flip the script tomorrow, and we'll start focusing on Fresno, who's obviously very hot right now and playing very well. And we have to go on the road, and we'll see if we can continue the process, and we'll see who we have as far as players go, this week, and if you got to go through and see who's banged up and who's ready to play. But tonight it's about doing something that we haven't done since we've been here, and that's beating Air Force. And again, I've got a lot of respect for their team, got a lot of respect for the coaches, and tonight was a big win for us.
You had mentioned that Air Force kind of has had your guys' number the last couple of years, and of course everyone's special, but is there something extra that comes after a win like this, getting the monkey off your back?
Well, I think anytime you've been beaten by a team numerous times, yeah, it feels good. It's you've accomplished something that you haven't accomplished before. So, we've never done this before, and we're able to do it. And I know for our players and our coaches, they put a lot of work in, and they spent a lot of time this week preparing. They've had great focus, great urgency. It showed up tonight. We had 3 turnovers on defense. We scored on defense. We hit some shots on offense. And again, Air Force is still explosive, and they made plays, and I thought we tackled really well tonight. So overall, our plan and how they executed and what the coaches put together, I thought was really good for what we did tonight. And, yeah, it feels good.
I want to ask about the defense. I mean, I know they're different offenses, obviously, from last week to this week, but, struggled a little bit last week on defense, and to bounce back like this and have the turnovers you did and the sacks and to hold them, well over 100 yards below their average rushing. I mean, what does it say about your young defense to kind of bounce back?
Well, I think, if you go look at last week, that could have been – it's one of those, you make the plays, you have 5 turnovers in the previous game, and – so it's about finishing. I mean, it wouldn't be any different in any other phase. It's about finishing. We finished tonight on defense, I thought, and we were able to create turnovers. We had guys around the ball, so we were there to get them. And so, to me, that's really the difference. But I thought our plan. I thought with the plan that we had. I thought the way the guys played. I thought the speed that we played with. And there was some really good tackling out there. They're hard. They're going to put you in space. They're not easy to bring down all the time, but there was some really good tackling, I thought, tonight by the defense, and that's what they're capable of doing, and they were consistent. I thought Air Force did a decent job of throwing the ball early on, and they did, with some play action, but we adjusted to that. We started to cover better, and we made it more difficult on them. So overall, defensively, I just thought we showed some consistency, and we made adjustments. That's what good defenses do, and it showed up tonight.
Look at Richardson, Monster, and Evans all had some pretty big games, big moments tonight. What does that do for you as a coach, just having those guys and just almost kind of getting your depth at wide receiver with some big games?
Yeah, well, it helps. Again, when we distribute the ball and it goes to several different players on the offensive side, we usually have a good night. So AJ being involved, Sean being involved, Octavius being involved, CT had a catch tonight. I mean, guys were making plays, which was good. And I thought Brett was throwing it well. I thought Montel came in and did what we asked him to do tonight. and probably could have done more. But that was the plan, and again, I don't think we had a ton of plays. We had 55 plays, right? Was it 55?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have a ton of plays like we did before. I think we had 80-something in the last game. So, we took advantage of what we got, which is a little bit when you play a team like Air Force or a team that can run the ball effectively like they can, and getting the guys involved, it helps. It helps, create some more weapons on the offensive side, and it makes it a little more difficult where you can still get some one-on-ones with some of your guys that have been making plays.
What was the difference with Brett this year in terms of hitting those shots? And he said that he was just giving his wide receivers a better chance this year to go make those plays. And then did you feel AJ ran right by you? Did you feel the wind?
Yeah. Well, I talk about Brett. I thought Brett did do a very good job tonight of giving his guys a chance. And he's been doing that. I think he's been, I thought the accuracy tonight showed up. I thought his pocket movement, some of the fundamentals of playing the position. And, again, Brett's showed some great toughness. He showed it last week when he stood in the pocket and took a shot. He took a shot again tonight, on a couple throws. One that was a big throw to set on a third down. It was third and forever. And we had a big play on that. So to me, his toughness, I think, along with him fundamentally improving as you do as the season goes on and showing some consistency is what he did tonight. Yeah, AJ, you could see what AJ did on that play. It was a double move, and just watching him, I thought the offensive staff did a really good job dialing that up. I mean, he put his head down and lowered it and ran with speed, turned up, right time, got his eyes back, and didn't get caught. That was a big thing, and he outran him, and it was a big play for him. So really awesome for AJ because he's been working really hard. I think one thing for him, every single week, he's in there and he's trying to figure out how he can keep getting better. And tonight he finished. He finished that play, and that was a big thing for him.
Coach, this game seemed to be Air Force in particular seemed to be a big one for Brett. What did he do? I mean, and maybe because of how he played in the two previous years. What was he doing tonight that was so different than what he's did in the past in order to really have a lot of success against Air Force's defense?
I don't know if he did. I think our third downs were 50%, right? Yeah. So I think we were 1 of 12 last year on third down. So that's not very good. This year we were 50%. So I think probably the biggest difference, he threw the ball. The one he hit Sean on in the red zone for a touchdown, that was a play that they had shown some pressure, and they've kind of shown that look. And if they did, we had an answer for it. But it's always, you have an answer, it's just you have to actually execute it. And they brought that pressure, and Brett and Sean, Brett saw it, executed it. Sean made a great play. So I think Brett's seeing things maybe that he didn't see. Let me take that back. Not that he didn't see. I think he saw it better tonight, and we did a better job for him out there on the, at the wide receiver position. He'd seen it before, and then we converted third downs. That's probably the biggest difference in the game. When you're 1 of 12 or you're 50%, there's a big difference in the game.
Your O-line, we saw some of the running backs buying a pizza earlier this week.
Yeah.
They all ran out carrying hammers. Didn't give up any sacks today. Your thoughts on that group's performance and how pivotal certainly that was in a game like this?
Yeah, there was a lot going on this week with the O-line. They did a really good job tonight, and I think there were some opportunities in there that we could have taken advantage of running the ball. We didn't run the ball as effectively as we wanted to throughout the game. The penalties, that's something that we just haven't had, and we had some penalties that put us in some difficult situations. But overall, they protected well, and that's one of the things. You play a team like Air Force, they bring a lot of pressure, and it's hard to decipher exactly who you're working to, and I thought they did that tonight. And that was a combination of giving Brett time and opportunity to go make those plays. Coach Padell, our offensive line, those guys have consistently gotten better. They keep showing up. They keep doing well. We didn't have Cavedo tonight playing, and Garrett Larson was in there, and I think he's played really well. So, it's just a matter of how do we keep finding ways to get better, and how do we keep improving that group, because really when your O-line's playing well, your offense is probably doing okay. When your D-line's playing well, your defense is probably doing okay. And so those two groups have got to be really good for us.
Three more.
Your first 10 years or so as a coach, you were part of a whole bunch of undefeated conference seasons, and hasn't happened here since 2009. You guys are 7-0 going into next week. What does that mean to you to have a chance? You know, it's never been done in the Mountain West for you guys to have a chance to go through a conference schedule undefeated.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. That's the one thing. You know, that's really, I mean, it's just, you know, Chad, I think the biggest, I'm proud of our guys. I'm proud of our coaches. But we still need to finish, and that's really the bottom line. And it's that mindset. We have another game on the schedule, and then, you know, we figure it out from there. But up to this point, I think the players, the coaches, the process that we've had, the urgency, the way they've practiced, it keeps showing up. I mean, it's one of those things that if done and done with the right focus and the right urgency, then, you know, things can be accomplished with this group. And our guys, when they do that, I think you show up and you go play with confidence because you put in the work, and what else is there to do? You've kind of done it throughout the week. So not to get ahead of ourselves, I mean, we're going to enjoy tonight. We are where we are right now. We have another game. We got to go on the road. It's going to be a different schedule. We don't have class next week. Thanksgiving is going to be a part of that. We're actually not playing on Friday. We're playing on Saturday, which we haven't done, you know, during that week. We've been on the road, which keeps throwing me off. I keep thinking we're playing Friday. Playing Saturday. Taylor Tharp keeps reminding me it's a Saturday game. And, you know, so it's going to be, you know, there's another challenge really in the whole process and the whole week. There's another challenge, and obviously at the end of it, there's a big one going on the road and playing Fresno, which is, you know, those guys. I've seen them throughout the season, but I don't know that much about them at this point. So we got to get to studying and figuring them out.
I know you said there's still work to be done, but you guys put so much emphasis on winning the Mountain Division this year to
Mm-hmm.
get to the title game, and you can't obviously win the title till you win the division.
Yep.
You guys did that. So I mean, can you take some satisfaction at least in achieving that and knowing you're going to play for a championship, and also, you know, how weird it's going to be playing the same team, you know, 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, well, yeah, we absolutely can. I mean, like I said, I told the seniors, I'm proud of those guys. I'm proud of this team. It is about winning. You got to win your division first before you can do anything else, before you can play in a championship game. So to be able to win the division, we know the teams that are in our division, they're tough teams. They're well coached. They got good players. So, yeah, but that's our mindset, though. You know, we know where we're at in the division, but we've had this season in place that we want to finish. And so we're going to do that. That's the mindset that we're trying to accomplish. What was the second part of that?
Playing them twice in a row.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. You know, that's – I mean, I don't know what to say. I didn't schedule it. You know, I mean, really, it's just one of those things. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's scheduling. You know, we all have our opinions. It's like play calling or whatever. You know, this is what our schedule is. This is who we're playing, and if we got to play them back to back, we play them back to back. You know, it happened to us. We didn't play them back to back, but in 14 we played them twice. Sometimes it happens like that. So we have no control over it. We're not even thinking about, you know, we're not thinking about the second. We're thinking about this next game. How do we get ourselves prepared for that? What do we do? What do they look like? You know, what do they do well? And obviously go back and start studying how we get ready for Fresno. And then, you know, the next week, you can say it, but it's going to be a completely different week at that point too.
Jay, last one. You know, defensively, you guys played 2 triple option teams this year. Beat both of them by double digits. Their yards per carry is about 3.5. The top individual rusher in both those games had 54 yards against you guys. What was it that you guys, Andy, were able to do that led to such great success against the triple option, which, you know, at times it's been giving you fits in the past?
Yeah. Well, you know, I thought last year we actually did a decent job against it. We didn't score points. You know, if you look at it, and that was the one thing, you know, that was a little bit frustrating tonight. We got down in the red zone and we had to kick field goals, I think 3 times, twice inside the 10. You know, we had done that before, and we made a big emphasis of not doing that, and it happened again. So, you know, we're obviously not where we want to be overall, but I think defensively, I think we've had a good plan. I think the coaches have put our guys in positions to be successful, and I just thought tonight, I thought our safety play, there was a couple plays, Kekoa came down and he made some open field tackles, which are about teach tape, that you could possibly have. So I thought the players executed the plan. I thought the coaches did a great job putting the plan together. I thought the players executed that plan, and the coaches really taught it, and everybody was on the same page, and we were able to mix enough up. You can only do so many things when you play a triple option team. But what we did do and what they learned throughout the week and how they executed it tonight, I thought was really they did an exceptional job, and we tackled well. And I thought the D-line played fast up front, because one of the keys to the option is that fullback and the dive and it being successful. And they hit that a few times, but it wasn't as consistent as it's been. And so when you can slow the dive down and you can eliminate the 3.8 yards on the dive where they keep themselves on schedule at times, like any offense, right? You slow the run down, you get them behind a little bit, the chains on second and long or second down. It makes it more difficult, and we were able to play that a little bit better.